Hello everybody, my name is Marjorie Huamani Lopez, I'm from Peru and I accept the EF challenge. When we hear about global issues, the first things that come to our mind are discrimination, poverty, gender equality, or global warming, and they are important of course, but why the human being cannot deal with those problems yet? The answer is because we don't attack the root of the problem, that in my opinion is quality education. Why? Because we should be honest, nowadays schools are creating more robots than humans. And I really would like to solve this problem because when I was 14 years old, I was lucky to enter a school with a different learning model. Unfortunately, the current education system concerns more about the academic formation and forgets that this world also needs humanity. Just think about this. How many students finish school being conscious about the global issues? And how many of them are passionate about looking for solutions? Almost nobody. And that is because schools teach us that being an engineer, a doctor, or an architect is just for earning money and enrich ourselves. But they don't mention that we should be risk takers and balanced. As a result, students don't develop some important skills for life. As for example, they don't make reflections about their background, or they are not open-minded. I know that there are some schools around the world that offer a good education service, but the problem is that almost 10% of students can afford that education, can pay it. And what happened with the other 90%? And 90% of students that don't know this world needs them. And if they do, they don't feel part of the problem. And it's not their fault, because they were never told that critical thinking is as important as maths, or that values are as necessary as science. Another point is that quality education will help us as a society to increase the probabilities to decrease other global issues. Don't you believe me? Let's analyze this. Do you remember the global issues I mentioned at the beginning of this speech? Yes, that's right. Discrimination, poverty, gender equality, and global warming. This is the mirror of the education we have nowadays. As you can see, it's kind of dark because this shows that schools teach us that numbers and formulas are enough to deal with all these problems. But we failed with this education. And what would happen if we change it and make a better decision? Something brighter, something like this, quality education. With quality education, we will understand that numbers and formulas are not enough because we also need values, we need skills, and we need to think about the world. With this kind of education, we will understand that it does not matter our lives, our religions, or our preferences, because what it really matters is what we can contribute to the society, and in that way we fight against discrimination. With quality education, we will understand and we will know that there are people, for instance in Africa, that need our help to increase their quality of life. And in that way we can fight against poverty. With this kind of education, we will know that it does not matter if you are a man, it does not matter if you are a woman, because we are the same and we all have the same capacities and skills, so we can do everything we want. There are no limits and there are no stereotypes. With quality education, we will understand that the earth is our home, so we have to take care of it. Because in schools teach us about chemical formulas, as for example, but they don't teach us their impact in the environment. So with quality education, we will know about ethics, which is too relevant in our life. We will know about values,